I'm logged into an account. Now let's click on the menu in the top right and select Account Settings. Here's where you're going to update the user's profile information. The user will only have the ability to alter their name, phone number, profile image, and email address. The name, phone number, and URL to the profile image are saved in the database. We won't be inserting a new profile image in this section. That will be in the Firebase storage section. So to make a change, I would simply enter some text for the phone number or name and click Save. The change will be submitted directly to the database. I'll write and a phone number of 604-855-1234, and I'll click Save. As you can see, the values were updated in the database. Alright, let's write the code. Open up Settings activity and scroll down to the OnClick Listener interface on the Save button widget. Since the email is saved in a completely different location and is essentially a different process altogether, we're going to do the insertion of the name and phone number below these if statements. We need to write separate if statements to check if the fields are null. It doesn't matter what the user changes the name or the phone number fields to, since they're not unique, but it's important that they are not null. Later, when we take a look at building a chat room, it won't make much sense if a user has a null name. So we can write database reference equals Firebase database.getInstance.getReference. And now we'll write some comments just saying change name. So if not name.getText.toString.equals blank. In other words, if the name isn't blank, we can go reference.child getString r.string.database node users, then .child Firebase auth.getInstance.getCurrentUser, and then get user ID, and then .child once more getString, and we reference the field name. Then set value to that name. Now we can do the phone number. I'm just going to copy everything we just wrote for the name and change the fields to phone. So I'll paste it down here, change that to phone, change that to phone, change the field to the phone. The database node users is the same. Take a look at the way I'm inserting the data here. How does this compare to the way we inserted it during the registration process? When we inserted data after registration, we create a user object and insert it directly into the child node of the user ID. Here we're pointing directly to the field we're interested in. This showcases two different ways we can insert data into the Firebase database. The one we did during registration makes sense because we knew what each field was going to be at that moment in time. However, in this situation, we need the ability to change the properties independently of one another. A user may want to change their phone number, but they may not want to change their name. Or a user may want to change their name, and they may not want to change their phone number. Look closely at the way we use the .child calls on the database reference. In the situation with registration, we reference the node that encapsulates every field in the object class. We then use .setValue to set the entire object. In the situation with the account settings, we reference the field directly using the .child method calls. I use .child getString r.string.fieldPhone to directly reference the phone number field and then set value to set the exact value of that phone number field. Alright, that's all we need to do to update the user's profile data. Oh, it looks like I made a mistake here. We need to move these if statements outside of this bracket right here. If we only want to alter the name or the phone number, there's no need to check if the email field has been changed. We only need to check if the email has changed if we want to change the email. Okay, let's test it. Okay, I'll navigate to the account settings screen by clicking the menu icon and then selecting account settings. Now, the current name is and the phone number is what we set it to before. I'm just going to set my name to and then set the phone number to 1, and I'll click Save. There we go. We can see that the data is instantly updated in real time. Great, so now we're able to update information in the database.